Okay, hi folks. It's been a little while. Again, hoping to get back to a little bit more regular content, but had to quickly do one of these before I start. So, I have been sent by the editor of one of the big magazines this Airfix 48th Folland Gnat to review. So I will be building it shortly. Again, obviously I won't be able to show you any of that, just in case it gets picked up by the magazine. But obviously if it does, I will let you know. So, very quickly, it's a bit of a bash in the box, but hopefully everything inside is okay. It is kit number A05123A. It's the second boxing, I do believe, of the 148th Gnat from Airfix. So, a little bit of our blurb about the aircraft itself, approximate size of the completed our kit, which I do love. I do love it when they do this, and I think it's really important. So many of us bought a kit, opened it, taken one look, and gone, "What am I supposed to do with this?" I've got three options in the box. We'll look into those later. Paint callouts as well, of course, and Airfix Club now that it's returned. So, what do we have inside? Okay, so we've got some bits and pieces there, and the kit parts there. So we'll come back to those in a moment. Try and drop them all over the floor. That'll be helpful. So we have colour call out, some decals. Might as well look at them now. They actually look pretty lovely, actually. I'm assuming that they are Airfix, not cartograph, because it doesn't say anything. But they do look really rather lovely. Satin finish, nicely in register. Look after those. We have a colour call out here, which is very nice. Following that T1 of the number 4 flying training school at Valley in Wales in 1968. So this appears to be, trying to see what colour that's supposed to be actually. Is that a silver or a grey? No idea. 33 is black, I know that. 174 repair. 166, I do believe that's light grey, or alloy grey. So that's all good. Instructions time. Again, we do have a blurb about the aircraft and specification of, again, well-known little trainer. Safety instructions just there. Again, I'm a little bit zoomed in to try and get everything in. So starting actually with what looks like the nose wheel bay, and then the cockpit starting. Again, it's these new design instructions. Very, very clear, very simple. We've got raised detail for the instrument panels, but then decals that can go over the top. I guess that's a choice really, but I don't know, I might try using some decal solution straight across the top. Multi-part ejection seats with choices here for whether or not you're going to use the pilot or not. So pilot gets a smooth seat. If you're not using it, then you have all the belts, which is quite nice, all moulded in. That's not right. Yep. There we go. Finishing off the cockpit, side panels going into the fuselage. Main undercarriage bays going in. Doesn't look like it's exactly copying the 172nd one either. Looks like there's more going on here. We've got someone's actual face there. I wonder who that was. Don't know. They must have won a competition or something. Some of the trunking going in. Cockpit going in. Rear exhaust going in. We've got some detail, it looks like, on there on the inner face. We've got the avionics bay, which is quite nice. Then the opposite side again there. Options if you want to use the stand. I won't be allowed. There we go. We have then again the fuselage sides going in together, coaming going on, and then we're into the wings, where it looks like we've got some drop flaps. And options there if you're going to be using tanks. Wings going on, more flaps, more flaps. Then we're into some of the smaller details. So we've got the tail. Parts just there. Again, looks like we've got a potentially movable rudder. Details there as to exactly where your positioning should be. Options if you want undercarriage up. And then obviously details and parts if you want the undercarriage down. Again, nice and clear. And again, exact positioning just there. Tanks going together. Smaller details, tanks going on. Some aerials and stuff going on. Finishing off the avionics bay if you wish it open or closed. And then we've got a few other small parts and then the clear parts, again, whether or not it's closed or open, alternate parts there. Should point out, of course, this is the T1, however, that canopy will be wrong if you wish to do an Ajit from the Indian Air Force, unfortunately. Then we have one option here from the Central Flying School in 1961, which is this nice, alright, 24, look at the colours again, oh, silver. Silver, matte black with the orange tanks. This fantastic Yellow Jacks option from 1964. This looks like the leader's aircraft with the black tail. Again in the bright yellow. So a sort of precursor-ish to the Red Arrows. Should be pretty cool. I know, they were both at the same time, but yeah, Red Arrows survived and Yellow Jacks didn't, so there we go. Right, parts. So we have one big bag. I have slit it open just so we can get into things quicker. We go for clear parts first. So this is a very, very delicate sprue. Really quite big. If I can shift those to one side and just move my cutting mat in the way. They do look beautifully clear. In fairness, for such large parts, be very careful we don't accidentally damage them. Is that damaged? Can't tell if that combing is supposed to be that shape or if it's been damaged. I'm going to have to look into that. You can see there. Front looks very, very nice though. Bit of a fingerprint in the middle. That's nothing. But these parts are absolutely lovely. Nice big clear parts there. So I will double check on that part. Looks right. Unless it's short shot. No, it's correct. There we go. So I can confirm that is actually correct. So good news, right? Happy days. Where's the one to keep? Okay, I'll put it there for safekeeping. And then we're into the main parts bag here. Again, all thrown into one bag, as is the way. Very careful. No small parts about to fall out. Looks like we have 3 sprues, and that's it. Job good. So let's take a quick look. We have main sprue fuselage parts here. So we've got some undercarriage parts, tiny little bit of flash here and there. Nothing horrible though. Again, this is soft plastic. Lovely detail on the instrument panels. Again, that should do quite nicely with dry brushing, or if you do, which you use the decals to press across the top. I mean, the detail here is very, very nice, but is a bit thick. It's kind of typical Airfix, even though this is 1/48th, not 1/72. They are still taking into account the fact that a lot of their buyers will perhaps be brush painting, so they've gone a bit thick. I like the options here for the seats. They look quite nice. Pretty simple, but again, they'll work quite well for brush painting. And again, a little tiny bit of flash you can see there. Look, a little bit of burring, but nothing horrendous. Looks like we've got like one side of the towel and the other side will fit against it. Looks like we've got a little bit of detail on the inside of the cockpit. And the cockpit's tiny, but it does have that huge glass section. Smaller parts. Again, this is the back side mostly. What's that? whatever it is cleans off. Yeah, nice little detail there with the ejection seats. Guns of pallet. Other side's going to be the important one, isn't it? There we go. So there's the avionics bay. Looks very nice. I think there's a little bit of injection mark in there, but let's be honest, that's fine. Again, there is an injection mark on the inside of this, but I do believe that's covered with some other detail. Again, a little bit soft, but it's good enough. Some nice little detail there as well. Pilot's looking cheery. A lot of flash on him, but detail's quite good though, if you do want to use him. His little face. So yeah, it's workable. And then we got the parts for the wings, etc. just here. So again, it does look like we've got some nice detail on the inner face there, or the outer face for the jet exhaust. Weight on wheels. Some detail on the hubs there. There's the inner coaming. Other side, of course, is going to be the important bit. Again, that's the part for the tail that will go in. Hopefully the fitment's nice. Again, we've got some nice detail here. We do. But it is a little bit thick. Again, I suppose it depends upon exactly which model you're going to do, but it looks nice and clean, nice and straight. He says, apart from that one there. I've to tidy that one up a little bit. Some nice detail on the inner face there for the intakes. And on the wheels there, it does look like the jet exhaust pipe here is going to have to be cleaned up quite a bit though. Sorry. Those brake little bits are nice there. And it looks like the joysticks there as well. So that's looking nice. Okay. So, move that all out of the way so it's nice and safe for me. Airfix's 48th Folland Gnat. Nice simple kit, especially for someone maybe they're moving up to 148th for the first time. Very few parts. It all looks like a very, very simple build. Yes, typical Airfix, again, the detail is a little bit thick perhaps for the scale. But this is really the only option. You've got this or the old special hobby kit, which I can imagine is going to be a lot nastier to build. So I'd rather take the slightly thick panel lines than 6 months of swearing with filler and sanders. So yeah, should be fun. I'm looking forward to getting this built. And yeah, keep an eye out. As always, obviously, like, share, especially like, apparently. Allegedly, it's important to YouTube. And yeah, see you guys soon. Take care.